Yes, there is a need for hardware storage, certainly on-premise storage. I see there's going to be a mixture of the two, but certainly around data compliancy. People want to have local storage, they want it secure, they want to know where their data is. Second of all, cloud. There's a lot of policies that's still got to be ironed out in terms of SLAs, uptimes, how to get your data back. Where is your data? How secure is your data? Where is it located? So I still think there's big demand for local storage, and WD will continue to supply products to support that demand. Anybody that's dentistry, healthcare, they need to keep their products safe, or their data safe, secure, encrypted. There's certain legal legislation across the EMEA where people actually have to, maybe in schools, have to keep data local and even in country. So there's a multitude out there of why people would want to keep their data stored locally. You can talk about other personal reasons for wanting to keep your data. Data explosion is the biggest, for me, the biggest thing that's happened over the last few years. The rate that data is growing, mainly around the number of devices that were and the amount of content we're creating daily. So how to manage that unstructured data is a challenge, and it's around WD not only providing the hard drives to store that data on, it's the designing the right drive for the right application. So we have a range of products that suit different applications, be it NAS drives for NAS solutions, Purple for surveillance. We have enterprise class drives for data center and cloud implementation. So with that explosion of data, it's really about having the right solution for the right application. I think you've got to look at, first of all, is how to manage your data. I think you've got to get the right data management structure in place. So who's accessing the data? How are you going to manage that access? Who has the ability to administer that access? And then you need to look at regulatory compliance. You've got to make sure you get those tick boxes correctly. And then about how that data is going to be backed up, where you need to back the data up, what your backup window is, how big is the rate of growth of the data that you're going to be creating, because you need to have a scalable solution. And then ensuring that you have adequate off-site disaster recovery plans in place. Data is critical to a small or enterprise business. If you can't restore from either a crash or a natural disaster, you'll be out of business. So it's protect the integrity, the access, and the backup. I think the key thing is when you're looking at your unstructured data is try to implement deduplication technologies that enable you to reduce the amount of copies of the data that you're backing up and you're storing. So if you can manage the data that's being created and actually have an ability that you're only backing up either one file and not backing up multiple files, then that should keep your data growth rate lower than what some companies are doing. And if you have no structure in place, you're going to find that very difficult to manage the data growth that company could experience.